Series 2, Day 5. Rebuild yourself. Handling criticism. Without losing yourself, I used to shrink every time someone criticized me, even when I knew they were wrong. Their words would replay in my head for days. I'd question myself, pull back, and slowly start editing who I was, just to avoid that feeling again. But I've learned that criticism is inevitable. What matters most is how we meet it, and more importantly, how we protect our self-worth in the process. Rebuilding your self-worth doesn't mean becoming immune to feedback. It means learning how to separate truth from projection, respond instead of react, and keep your identity intact, even when someone else is trying to tear it down. Today, I want to share the process that helped me stop internalizing criticism and start trusting myself again, even when the feedback stung. It's a 3-part strategy that I still use, and I hope it serves you wherever you are on your journey. Let's start with this truth. Not all criticism deserves access to your self-worth. Some of it isn't about you at all. It's about the lens someone else is seeing you through, one shaped by their wounds, expectations, or discomfort. So the first step is this: filter the feedback. When someone criticizes you, pause before you react. Ask yourself, is this feedback true? Is it useful? Is it kind? Does it come from someone who knows me well enough to offer insight? Sometimes we get feedback from people who don't know our story, our heart, or our intentions. And yet we let their opinions shape how we see ourselves. That's not fair to you. Other times we do receive helpful feedback, but it comes wrapped in judgment, or it's poorly delivered. Your job is to extract the insight and discard the shame. You don't need to throw away your whole sense of self because of one harsh comment. Now here's the second part of the process. Create a self-worth anchor. This is a go-to statement, mantra, or reminder that brings you back to who you are when the world tries to shake it. Mine is simple. I am allowed to be imperfect and still worthy. You can use something like, I accept feedback without sacrificing my identity. I know who I am and I'm still learning. This doesn't define me. Write it down. Put it in your notes app. Say it out loud after any tough conversation. The point is to have something that centers you when the voices around you get loud, or when your inner critic starts agreeing with them. The third step is this: ritualize the reset. After criticism hits, whether it's from a boss, a friend, a partner, or even a stranger online, create a small personal ritual to ground yourself. That could look like taking 5 deep breaths and placing your hand on your chest to reconnect to your body. Journaling with these 3 prompts. What did I feel when I heard that? What part of this is mine to hold? What do I want to believe about myself instead? Calling a trusted friend who reminds you of who you are. This is how you keep criticism from becoming identity. You let it pass through you, not define you. You move forward from a place of clarity, not shame. I want to share a story. A few years ago, someone I respected gave me feedback that felt like a punch to the gut. They said I came across as too intense, too much. The words weren't cruel, but they hit a deep nerve. Immediately, I wanted to shut down, apologize, make myself smaller, but I paused. And I asked myself, is this true, or is this their discomfort with my confidence? I realized something. I was showing up boldly. I was taking up space, and that's not a flaw. That's growth. Their feedback wasn't about my value. It was about their expectations. And once I saw that, I could take the useful parts of what they said and leave the rest. That's what this work is about. You get to rebuild your self-worth from a place of choice, not reaction. You don't have to swing between people-pleasing and shutting down. You get to stand in the middle, rooted, calm, open, and strong. If you've been carrying words that were never yours to begin with, today is the day you start setting them down. You don't have to pretend it didn't hurt. But you also don't have to let it undo all the growth you've done. You are not defined by someone else's opinion of you, and you never were. Take the insight. Release the shame. Reset your grounding, because your self-worth is not fragile. It's just been under attack. And now, you're learning to protect it. Tomorrow, we were going to talk about something equally important. How to stop overperforming just to feel valid, and what real, internal validation actually looks like.